Hey guys, Cajun Cardboard coming at you from the great state of Louisiana today. Episode number 11, Explore the Card. Sorry, just getting my screen set up here. So episode number 11 of Explore the Card. Today we're going to be talking about the 1997 Ultra Star Power Supreme card number SP1. Super cool Michael Jordan insert, parallel insert actually from the 1997 Ultra set. Let me switch you over to picture-in-picture and then we'll get cranking. So here's a little picture of the thumbnail. There's a picture of the card over there on the right. Not my card. It's a PSA 10 with a PSA serial number blocked out, obviously. But really cool card. Can't wait to get started and chat with you about it. If this is your first episode watching Explore the Card, please go check out the playlist. I've got 10 other episodes already in the books, and a new episode comes out every single Friday. Hopefully my orange shirt is not too glaring here on the screen, and you guys can bear with me with my red neck and my orange shirt. It's a bad mix, I know, but it's the best I can do for you. I'm probably better built for a podcast than I am for a YouTube video. Anyway, let's get cranking. So as always, we always like to talk about the set that the insert or the parallel emanates from. And this particular card, as we said, comes from the 1997 Ultra basketball set. That is a 275 card set. I'm scrolling here on Trading Card Database, which, if you guys aren't familiar, Trading Card Database is a great place to find out more information about basketball cards, especially basketball cards from the 90s, where some of that information has been lost or predated the internet or kind of got lost in the shuffle. If you just want to get a nice cursory understanding of the set and what's in it and what the cards look like, it's great. I've got it pulled up on the screen here, and so it's in tcdb.com, and I'm in the 1997 Fleer Ultra Basketball, and then I click this link over here for inserts and related sets, and then it shows you a graphical display of all of the different insert sets. There's 275 cards in the base set. Cards number 274 and 275 are checklists. As always, in 1997, the two rookies you're looking for in 1997 are Tim Duncan and Tracy McGrady. There are other rookies in there. I don't want to offend any other player collectors from back in 97, but those are the two big dogs that you're looking for, one being a bigger dog than the other. Tim Duncan, obviously one of the 10 to 12 greatest players of all time, and I don't think even arguably the greatest power forward of all time. There's 19 total insert sets, guys, from this 1997 Ultra. Some of the names of the insert sets you might recognize, and I'm going to try to click on these so you can see the picture, is this Big Shots set right here. There's a Jordan Big Shots card. That's what his Big Shots insert looks like. Big Shots is one insert set you'd recognize. Court Masters, you'd also recognize. That also features MJ. That's what the card looks like. MJ right there. Another few insert sets that are in here. This is a super hot set lately. I've seen a lot of people talking about it and a lot of these cards posted. It's this Jam City set. There is not a Jordan in this set. It's an 18-player set, but this is kind of what the Kobe looks like. You guys may recognize it. It's kind of the black and white graffiti in the background with kind of the graffiti type font Jam City here. Really cool second-year card insert of Kobe. Shaq, who I also PC, is in there. Oops. Clicked the wrong one. Shaq, who I also PC, is in there, so that's what his Jam City looks like. It's really cool how the gold and purple pop with the black and white background. Star Power Plus, and Star Power Supreme are also in here. So if we go back and look at this, you'll see Star Power is the base insert. Star Power Plus is the first parallel to the base Star Power insert, and then Star Power Supreme is the more rare translucent yellow, the set that we're looking at, variation of the Star Power insert. Another super popular one is Ultra Stars and Ultra Stars Gold. Ultra Stars Gold being extremely valuable. And then there's the Ultra Abilities, which is similar to the Star Power insert in that there are three. There's the base Ultra Abilities All-Star. There's the Ultra Abilities Starter, which is a parallel insert. And then there's the super rare, and you'll probably recognize this one, and MJ is in here as well, the Ultra Abilities Superstar die cut. which is just a super, super nasty card, intricately die cut, lots of pointy corners and some foil on the front and back, and very tough to find in a PSA 10 or BGS 9.5 condition. View to a Thrill is also a pretty popular card, another popular insert from 97 Ultra. So 97 Ultra has all sorts of goodies, guys. I mean, these would be really fun boxes to open. I haven't even mentioned the parallel sets, the gold medallion, the masterpieces, and the platinum medallions. You guys know about those if you understand anything about Ultra. But anyway, that's kind of just a little bit about Ultra. Speaking specifically about the Star Power Supreme, it is and I'm going to put it up on the screen here for you. So it's a 20-player insert parallel set, as we discussed. Obviously, it's got Jordan, and that's why we're here talking about it today. But it's also got Iverson, Kobe, Shaq, Kemp, Penny, KG, Rodman, Grant Hill, Peyton, Pippen, Olajuwon, and Duncan. Those are the big dogs that are in there. 10 of the 20 players in this set are Hall of Famers, and so 10 are and 10 aren't. The pack odds for the Star Power Supreme insert are 1 in every 288 packs. So by no means is this an easy pull, fellas. The Jordan Star Power Supreme being one of 20 potential pulls. So 20 times 288 is 1 in 5,760 packs. That's a lot of boxes you got to rip to get a Jordan. That is a pretty nasty pull, and that's going to yield some of these big dog prices that we're about to see when we switch over to Card Ladder and start talking a little bit more about the card. I forgot, I always like to disclose what I own, and so there's some transparency here. I only own a PSA 9 of this card. I did want to show you, I've got pictures of all three. So this is my base PSA 10. Okay, that's what the base PSA 10 looks like, not die cut, regular rectangular card. This is the 97 Ultra Star Power Plus, which is die cut, similar to the Star Power Supreme. This is the Plus parallel of the insert. I own this. It's kind of like the Supreme, only it's in green. And then it actually has something written on the back of this one. They start talking about, his brief pilgrimage to go play baseball. But that's the Star Power Plus. I own that in a PSA 9. And then the Star Power Supreme, I own in a PSA 9 condition as well. And this is a picture of what that card looks like. So let's talk about the card itself. It's translucent. You can see it. I can't put my hand behind it because this is my card sitting in the PWCC vault. But if you put your hand behind it, you'd see it. If you look real closely, you can see on here, there's a silhouette over here of Jordan on the background. And that just kind of lets you know how it is see-through, and you can see to the other side. And so when you're looking at it from the front, you see the red silhouette of Jordan taking a jumper on the back. And when you look at it on the back, you see the white silhouette of Jordan shooting the right-handed finger roll on the front. So the front features Jordan in his white 23 jersey shooting a finger roll. In the back, he's shooting a jumper. That's not a great image of the card. This is probably a better image. If I pull it up on Card Ladder, you can see. So that red image is actually on the back. You just happen to be able to see it on the front, and the white image is on the front. But anyway, that's the card I own, so you know where I'm coming from. It's die cut in the top left, and that's what kind of leads to some of the difficulties in grading. But as we get a little bit further in here, you're going to see the gem rate on these are actually really, really high, like shockingly high, to be quite honest with you. And I think it's probably be due to the card stock and the acetate nature of the card itself. The corners actually stay pretty firm and the edges stay pretty clean. And so, really all you got left to deal with is the die cut portion in the top left, which would be the back right if you turn the card over, or the centering, which I'm no expert at gauging centering on borderless cards like this, but hopefully the guys at PSA are. But anyway, so let's pull up some details about the card. I'm gonna try to slide this over and see if this works. Yeah, there we go. So here's our graph, guys. You'll see on here, I'm gonna actually increase the size of this. Let's go to about, is that too big? That's too big. Okay, let's go back to, that's what she said. Let's go back to 150 here. So I always like to put this graphic on the screen for you guys. Really all I'm taking is the information that you can find on Card Ladder when you look at the card, in PSA 10. Card Ladder has PSA 10, BGS 9.5, PSA 9, BGS 9, which is all you need. It even has raw on there, but raw is tough because it just depends on the condition of the card. I think it's real scattershot, and you can kind of look at the prices being commensurate with that theory. But if we go back here to my screen, I try to highlight things in this table that are interesting to talk about. As you can see, the PSA 10s pop 15, the BGS 9.5 is pop 16. So total combined gem, you're looking at 31. Only 146 have ever been graded by PSA or BGS. And again, I never like to throw shade at SGC or whoever else, but I really try to I talk enough already on these videos and they're already too long. So let's just stick to PSA and BGS as usual. 146 have ever been graded. 31 have come out gem. That's a 26% and an 18% gem rate. That's pretty high, to be quite honest with you. More than half of the cards submitted to PSA for grading get PSA 9 or higher, as you can see, 62%. Same thing with BGS. More than half of them are mint or better, 56%. But I highlight these because these, and I should have actually highlighted this one here, but 26% and 18%, that's a really high gem rate for a Jordan insert that's 25 years old, pushing 25 years, especially if it's die cut. And like we said, I think it has something to do with the acetate or like a glass card stock that the card's made out of, the translucent nature of it. It's just hard. It's like that upper deck glass, which also traditionally grades well. The stained glass cards, those cards just traditionally grade well, especially compared to paper cards, which are common to find in the 90s, especially in the Jordan world. But if we look at the PSA 10s, one PSA 10 has sold in the last year, one BGS 9.5 has sold in the last year. The PSA 10 sold for $17.9 and the BGS 9.5 sold for $15.7. Let's go back here. You can always look at the sales of these cards on Card Ladder, and you'll see that the PSA 9 that sold for $17,900 is a massive jump from the last sale before that, which was in 2019 for $2,475. That's a big jump, y'all. It is the only one that sold. It sold at an eBay auction. Like I said, 17.9. Let's close that down. Let's go back and look at the BGS 9.5. You're going to see a similar trend. Let's go look at all BGS 9.5 sales. Same thing. The last BGS sold in 2019 for $2,475 until this March, and it jumped to $15,700. Those are massive jumps. It is not a coincidence if we go back to our table that the highest price ever paid for the PSA 10 or the BGS 9.5 are the most recent sales. Okay, so that's something to keep in mind. If you're buying a card, if you're looking to buy this card in gem mint condition and you're paying $17.9 or $15.7, you're going to be setting the new record. I'm not telling you to do it or not do it. I'm just telling you it is what it is. And so only one of each has sold in the last year. You can see no PSA 9s have sold in the last year, and 3 BGS 9s have sold in the last year. You don't have a lot to work with over here on averages because there are no averages for the first 3. The BGS 9, you can get an average of about 54.85. If we go back and look at the Card Ladder screen for the BGS 9 and we kind of go down here and we sort, let's not sort by 2 years, let's sort by 1 year. There you go. It's just a little miniature curve there. 52.50, 62.50, 49.56. So that may depend on subs. It may depend on platform. Let's look at the platforms. One sold eBay auction, one sold PWCC weekly auction, which is really a monthly auction in November, and the other one sold in the October PWCC monthly auction. So, the eBay sale yielded a little bit less. I don't know if that's due to the subs on the card, or it might just be due to eBay not selling for as high as, more high-end Jordan collectors looking at PWCC monthlies than eBay. I don't really know. But not too big of a disparity between those 3 prices. You're probably looking at about a $5,500 card in BGS 9 condition. So not too much to glean from there. But let's get back here. Let's talk about pop growth rate. Okay, so on Card Ladder there's always this cool feature. You can click this little arrow, you see where it says pop 15 for PSA 10. If we look, there's been no new PSA 10s added. There's been no new BGS 9.5s added since April. There's been that many 2 PSA 9s added since April 2021. So in about the past 9 months, something like that, it looks like there's been 2 added. So this has jumped from pop 19 to pop 21. You're still not talking about very many. If we look at the BGS 9, it looks like a lot of people have been taking their shots on PSA and BGS, and only 2 PSA 9s have been added. There's not even been any new BGS 9s or BGS 9.5. So I don't think this is a card where you're going to see a drastic increase in the pop, especially if we go back and look at the pack odds, which as you will recall is 1 in 5,760. It's just not going to happen. The pops are what they are. There may be a few added here or there over the next few years, but at some point it's just going to stop unless people are pulling these things from boxes, and the boxes are relatively expensive with crazy pack odds, so you're probably not going to see a big population explosion. The number that I always like to look at is I like to look at the combined gem pop rate between the two companies, because that's how I tailor my collection. I want a gem mint card of either. So between BGS 9.5 and PSA 10, you're looking at 31 total gem copies in the world. That is not a lot. A lot of these are locked up. A lot of these you're not going to see. As we saw in the last year, 1 gem of each grading company sold. That's not a lot. So when they come to bear in the open market in the wild, it's like lambs to the slaughter, man. There's a lot of people trying to get their hands around them and snatch them and put them in their PC for good. If I picked up one of these in gem mint condition, I assure you I am locking this sucker down in the PWCC vault, selling my 9, and you will not see the PSA 10 or the BGS 9.5 for a very, very, very long time. Other table observations, we kind of talked about it. The gem percentage, the gem grade rate on these cards is relatively high. So this is just an indication that this is not a graded scarcity, a manufactured artificial scarcity from grading the card. This is an actual true scarcity of just being 1 in 5,760 packs, because it's actually not impossible to gem the card. Only 146 have ever been graded by BGS and PSA. We talked about that. And then we also talked about the fact that the last sale of the PSA 10 and the BGS 9 are by far 7x the highest sales ever recorded. Where does it go from here? I don't know. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you guys think the next PSA 10 that shows up or the next BGS 9.5 that shows up breaks the record again? I do not know. Let me know what you think in the comments. We always want to ask what's on eBay. So when I search 97 Star Power Supreme Michael Jordan, it says 3 results. There's actually 4, but one of them is duplicative, I believe, or maybe it's not. It says 3, but there's 4. So you've got a PSA 9 for $16,250 in Australia, which is a little steep. You got the BGS 9, which has a starting bid of $6,000. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody touches that with the 10 centering. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody touches that and that actually gets a bid. I'm going to put a little watcher. Oops. Nope, that's not going to work, is it? I'm not logged in. Sorry. It's a generic eBay. So that's something I probably want to check out to see if somebody clicks. 6,000 isn't a crazy jump from the last BGS 9. Like we talked about, Card Ladder's got it at about 5,000. The card did go over 6,000 in November, just a few months ago. So it's not out of the question somebody will actually bid on that, and that'll get an opening bid. I don't think you're going to get a 10,000 buy it now, obviously, but within the next 4 days, we'll know. And actually, by the time you watch this, we'll know. So this video is going to be outdated. I'm shooting this about 9 days before this video is going to air. So it'll be funny. Just go check and see if somebody put in the opening bid of 6,000 for this card. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. Then below that, you got a PSA 6 for $37.99.95. Like if you really just want the card, or if you're a gambler and you want to pick up the card and then kind of crack it and resub it to PSA, it's not a bad shot to take, or send it to BGS and maybe you get a 9 or something like that. I don't know if you could pick this up on the cheap, this PSA 6, or maybe you just don't care about grading and you just want the card raw. Grab it, crack it, take it out of the case, and just keep it in your collection as raw. I know there's a lot of raw Jordan parallel and insert collectors out there. And then the last one is an absurdly overpriced $30,000 card from Taiwan that may or may not be real. I have no idea. But they kind of do a disservice putting 1 in 288 on here when in reality the card is, that's a beautiful picture, by the way. But in reality, the card's 1 in 5,760 for the particular Jordan version. Anyway, so that's kind of it for looking at the card and the details. I own the PSA 9. Am I a buy, a sell, or a hold? I'm a buy. I'm a big buy, but I don't know the next time I'm going to see. It has to be a great timing. I have to have just built up funds to have enough money to even chase a BGS 9.5 or a PSA 10. It just has to line up. It is a card that's high on my list. It's probably in the top 15 Jordan cards that I'd really love to upgrade into gem mint condition. I'm pretty content with my 9. I would like a PSA 10. I'd like to have a PSA 10 in all 3 of them because I'm OCD like that. So I need to pick up the Star Power Plus in PSA 10 as well. But yes, I'm a buy, not a sell or a hold. I'm a buy, and then I would immediately sell my PSA 9 probably in another PWCC weekly auction. Or maybe try to sell it on Instagram or Facebook if anybody's in particular is looking. It's real easy to sell a card like this, even in PSA 9 condition. You just kind of put some feelers out there. If you know the right people, they'll get you in touch with potential buyers. That's a card that I could sell real quickly. The PSA 9, that is this one. Then that's not right. That card ladder value is drastically off. It's going to be much lower than that. But anyway, so we always try to categorize these, or I try to categorize these into low, mid, or high, or grail value. Over 20,000, we consider a grail in PSA 10 or BGS 9.5. Between 10 and 20,000, we consider high end. From 5,000 to 10,000, we consider mid-level or mid-end Jordan inserts. And then below 5,000, I consider low-end. And so in PSA 10, this card is a high end. In BGS 9.5, this card's a high end. It could eclipse grail status, which is, again, this is just my threshold, so it could eclipse 20,000 upon the next sale of the PSA 10 for sure, or the BGS 9.5 if somebody wants to take that next step and take that reach. There's not a lot out there, 31 combined, so it's not out of the question. The PSA 9 and the BGS 9 are definitely both solid mid-end cards that are going to cost you a little bit over $5,000. You know, maybe as high as $9,000. You know, for the PSA 9, just. You know, that's what the last one sold for, but it's been a really long time. So maybe even more than $10,000. It may even, the PSA 9 may even jump into that high grade, which is over $10,000. There is a BGS 10 copy of this card, which would be incredible with that gold label and the gold beautiful background here. There are no black labels. The BGS 10, I gotta believe, would probably be a $30,000 card. Minimum. It is a pop 1. That may push it to 40,000. I don't know. It just depends on how much 1 or 2 people with deep pockets want to dig into this thing. How often does it sell on the open market? We looked at the graph, guys. The PSA and BGS gems sold 2 total times in the past 12 months. And so if you see the card, you better grab it if you want it in gem condition. Combined PSA and BGS 9, only 3. It just doesn't go to market very often. There's just not a lot of them out there graded. And so it's one of those cards where if you really want it, you better be ready to pounce when it shows up. And so I'm going to try to make sure I've got the funds available and I'm ready to pounce when the time comes. Don't bid against me. So no, I'm just kidding. To each his own. What else? Anything else that we can think of? You know, the 97 Ultra sealed boxes. I always like to look at boxes. If you're looking for boxes, there's 3 total on eBay. By the time this video airs, there will only be 2 unless some more were added. Those are Series 2 boxes from 1997 Ultra Basketball. What else? The similar cards to this, okay? We always like to kind of figure out what world does this card kind of lurk in? Which pond does it swim in? This card swims in PSA 10 in the same pond as the 1997 Metal Universe Championship Galaxy card, the 1987 Fleer Base PSA 10 card. Here, and I can pull some of these up. And so these are, oops. Shit. So Championship Galaxy, let's pull up the MJ. So this is a similar type card that you'll find right here, which I'm lucky enough to own as well. That's a Pop 23, but it's in about the same category. You guys are all going to be familiar with the 1987 Fleer Jordan PSA 10. This card right here, a low pop for a Fleer base card, Pop 208. That's even lower than the PSA 10 86 Fleer. You can see the card ladder value on there. It's just kind of swimming in that same pond. And then, you know, the iconic 1993 Fleer Scoring Kings. This is the other card that it's kind of comparable to. You know, you'll see on there, card ladder has a 15,678, but it's touched over 20,000 a couple times, and it's kind of hovering steadily in the 16, 17, 18,000 range. So another card, that's kind of another card that you're going to compare this Star Power Supreme insert to. Which one would you rather have out of those 4 cards that we just looked at, guys? The Scoring Kings, the Championship Galaxy, the Fleer Base PSA 10, or the Star Power Supreme? That's the focus of this episode number 11 of Explore the Card today. On the Cajun Cardboard scale of relevance, let me get back to my sheet here. I give it an 8 out of 10. This is just an awesome card. I mean, just visually, it's stunning. It's see-through. It's die-cut. It's yellow, which is really weird, especially with the red, the red on the back, and then the white. It just kind of really pops, man. I just think if you just kind of look at the card, it really pops. I mean, it's just a really good-looking card. I give it an 8 out of 10, just based on the value of it, the scarcity of it, the pack odds, the difficulty to how rarely it comes to market. I think if you snatch this one, you can feel pretty good about yourself in anything mint or above. That's a good find. That really is a good find to find this in anything mint or above. Anyway, that's it for today, guys. I always like to kind of give credit to some of the sites that we use. We use Card Ladder for all of our data pricing and a lot of the information regarding pop growth rate and charts and graphs and things like that. And I haven't really even touched on some of the things you can do on Card Ladder. We use Cardboard Connection a bit here and there. Trading Card Database is fantastic for set research and inserts and figuring out which insert sets come from which basketball sets. We use PSA Pop Report. We use the Beckett Pop Report, which is impossible to navigate compared to PSA. We obviously use PWCC, so you can look at my cards and sometimes look at cards that sell in auctions. I use the PWCC Vault. I highly recommend it. I can't recommend it enough. And then I use basketballreference.com anytime we're arguing or we're comparing statistics or we're looking at historical information regarding players' performance and where they rank and things like that. So those are all the sites that I use. I don't get paid by any of these guys. I have no affiliation with any of these guys other than I'm friends with some people that work at these places, but I don't get paid or anything. So I'm not pimping them because I'm getting something in return. These are legitimately sites that I use that I think are invaluable, that provide me the information I need to grow my collection and just be an active collector in the hobby. If you like my videos, do me a favor, subscribe. Lovingly caress that like button. It helps me with the YouTube algorithm, whatever that means. Comment for me below. It's real fun when people comment and tell me what they think about certain inserts or what inserts they want me to feature next. Oftentimes, I'll take whatever suggestions come from you guys, from my subscribers, and I'll feature that card in the next episode if it's not too complex. And sometimes there's a rhyme or reason why I don't take one and insert it. And then hit the bell icon so you guys can get notifications. These episodes drop every single Friday. So every Friday I'm putting out a new episode with a new card, new 90s insert or parallel card for Jordan. But that's it, guys. Thanks for listening. Happy collecting. Hope you enjoyed episode number 11. Look forward to bringing you episode number 12. I haven't even decided what it's going to be yet. But comment below if I love your positive or negative feedback. I really appreciate all the great comments I'm getting. I'm Cajun Cardboard on Instagram. I'm Cajun Cardboard on Facebook. I'm Cajun Cardboard on YouTube. And I plan to be Cajun Cardboard on podcasts as soon as I can figure out how to click a button and just migrate this over to whatever podcast platform I need to use. I don't mess with podcasts very often, but people are telling me I need to kind of migrate it over so I can share it on a couple of different podcast platforms so you don't have to look at me. I do like showing you cards and showing you different stuff on websites and whatnot, though. So anyway, thank you guys for listening, and stay tuned, and really appreciate those of you who have already subscribed, all 141 of you. I really do appreciate you guys subscribing. If you don't mind, do me a favor, cut and paste the link, send it to a friend and say, check this dude out from Louisiana. He likes to talk about Jordan, prospecting, the NBA, the history of the NBA, and any and all things basketball and basketball card related. Again, thanks guys. Peace.